today we are going to make keto spinach goat cheese pie. So we have spinach in here and mozzarella and goat cheese, and we have a nice crust. And so we are going to start with the crust right now. I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees. Okay, so right now we are going to make the pie crust. I have already oiled my spring pan. You can get a spring pan like anywhere. And I oiled it with some coconut oil just to make sure. I'm always afraid that things are going to stick and it's not going to come out right and stuff. So I am a nervous cook sometimes, hoping that things come out exactly right. Anyways, so in this bowl, I'm going to turn this around a little bit. Okay, so you see it. In this bowl, I have 1 1/4 cups of almond flour, 3 tablespoons of sesame seeds, and I also added flaxseed. I will show you the containers after I tell you what's in this. 1 tablespoon of ground psyllium husk, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/2 ounces of butter, which I just melted here, so I am going to add it, okay, and 1 egg. All right. On this side, make sure all that butter, yummy, yummy butter, gets in there. Now, I am going to mix this all up. I'm going to show you what I use. This is whole psyllium husk. It's really good to make you go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? This is my almond flour. You can use any almond flour that you can find at any grocery store nowadays has almond flour. I did use some flaxseed. It's really good for you. Have good nutrients and it's good for your bowels. Pink Himalayan salt is what I used, and just any sesames will do, sesame seeds, okay? And now I am going to mix this all up. So, turn this a little lower. Okay, that's good. And we're gonna make it like into this is gonna be the crust. So we're gonna press it into our pan. They didn't say what size pan. I hope this pan is an okay size for this. And then we're gonna cook it for 15 minutes at 350 degrees. This is like a super duper easy recipe. It's a little crazy how easy it is. So let's see, we got everything. And this is from Diet Doctor. So www.dietdoctor.com. There are a ton of physicians on there who give all kinds of recipes and advice and how to do keto, how to do low carb. They also talk about fasting. Dr. Jason Fung is on there. He is actually the father of fasting, yes. He's a big nephrologist in Toronto, Canada, and is extremely well known in the fasting world. Just have to mix it a little bit here. And if you get a chance, watch the fasting video. All of those videos on healthy living, healthy diet, against sugar, he is on. So he's just, I love him. He's like a nerdy, funny guy. So, all right, I think we got this pretty good. You could still see some of the sesame seeds, and that's quite all right. And then we're just gonna dump it into our pan and press it down to make a crust. And I might do that with my fingers because I wanna get it nice and thin. I wonder if, usually, I'm gonna do it with my fingers. That's my, yeah, it's better if you do it with your fingers. Also, when you're working with dough, just a hint, because like, you know, my gloves were getting messed up. Everything was getting messed up this week in cooking. So what you can do, and I didn't realize this, is oil your hands. Just put some olive oil or avocado oil or some kind of oil on your hands, and that will help you be able to knead the dough. Now, this is a little thick. I want to go up the sides a little bit because, you know, we want to frame our little pie here. It's kind of quiche because there's 5 eggs in that. For the next part, I'm going to be using, I already sauteed the spinach. So you need 7 ounces of spinach and 2 tablespoons of butter or ghee, whatever you prefer. Do not use margarine. That is disgusting and it gives you heart disease. So use real butter, or you can use ghee, and saute your spinach, your 7 ounces of spinach, with 1 to 2 cloves of garlic. I love lots of garlic. We love Italian cooking, so if you like garlic, use lots of garlic. And just saute that, and we're gonna use that as the primary source of our filling. Then we're gonna fill it in with 5 eggs whipped in with, I'm using sour cream. You can use heavy cream if you'd like, but I think sour cream will give it a nice texture, a nice base. Look at this. This is like really thick. I'm shocked. It didn't look like I had that much in here. So just make it go up the sides a bit, you know, so you have a nice crust. I have a feeling I need to go up a little bit more on this side, and then we'll be good. Then I'm going to pop this in at 350 for 15 minutes and let it brown, let it bake. Then we're going to add our spinach and our cheeses. We get to do 2.5 ounces of mozzarella cheese, and we need 6 ounces of goat cheese, of which I will show you my goat cheese. I actually got flavored goat cheese. So this is good. Ooh. Yeah, it's much better if you do it with your fingers. You know, you can just really get into this area and push the dough up the side. So you have a nice crust going on here. You know, the eggs are gonna make it jelly, you know, so that it'll cook nice even if you don't have a little bit of crust. All right, I think a little bit here. Okay, I'm gonna put this in for about 15 minutes. Let me see, what time is it? Okay, good. And this is what it looks like, sorry. Okay, that's at the bottom of my pan. And in the meantime, let me wash my hands for a minute. In the meantime, we're gonna whip together our cheese and our spinach. Our spinach is, this is our spinach. It has 2 tablespoons of butter, and I have 2 cloves of garlic in there. And here is our 1 cup of sour cream. I think I put a little bit extra in. I love sour cream. And our 5 eggs. And we have to whisk this. I'm wondering, I'm probably gonna transfer it into a bigger bowl. I always do that, you know. Not a big enough bowl, but all right. All right, sweet. Yep. And then I have like lots of these here. All right, then, yep. You can, instead of using, if you don't want to use butter, if you have an issue, maybe with using butter, you can use coconut oil too. And these eggs are at room temperature. That's the other thing that they tell you to do, room temperature. And we're gonna mix this all up. I am gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to this. You know, on the thumbnail of this is everything that you need. So if you wanna look at the thumbnail later, I posted all of the ingredients. Now, you know, your almond flour, as long as it's fine almond flour to cook with and to bake with, that's fine. You know, there's all different kinds. You want to look at your carbs. Some are 4 carbs, some are 2. Some, this wholesome one has some fiber in it. So if you're doing net carbs, it can be as low as 1 carb, you know, which is really kind of amazing. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper and a little bit of Himalayan salt, just to taste, because, you know, actually eggs are pretty salty themselves. And I am using this Daisy sour cream. I just happen to like that. I know you can use organic sour cream. Whole Foods has a bunch. I'm sure, you know, you can get whichever one you like to use. So we have until, we have like 10 more minutes on that. Okay, so look, this is a little thick even. It's kind of cool. Okay, so we have our spinach ready to go. We have our eggs mixture ready to go. And this is a little over 3.5 ounces of our shredded cheese. I might add a little more. I'm using Whole Foods mozzarella cheese, 365. You can shred your own if you want. Sometimes that's even a little bit better. I mean, my husband loves cheese, so I just add what I think would look good, right? All right, good. And then I'm gonna show you, once our crust is done, we're gonna add the spinach to the crust, and then we are going to add the sauteed spinach, then we're gonna add the grated mozzarella into this egg mixture, and then we're gonna pour it over. And then we're gonna add our goat cheese, okay? So I got this Cypress Grove goat cheese, and it's an herb flavor, purple haze. It's made with lavender and fennel. I thought this would give it a nice taste. It is also 4 ounces, and we need 6. So I also have this Whole Foods organic garlic and herb. So I'm gonna add both of them together in this. It should give it a really, really great flavor. So, and that's it. And then we're gonna have to bake this for 30 to 40 minutes, of which when I put it in the oven again, I'm gonna stop the video and then I'll connect you when it's done. So, yeah, so these, you know, recipes are pretty easy, right, to do and to follow. Most of the recipes that Marie and I have been doing have been like really preparation 15 minutes, and cooking can be 15 minutes to half an hour. Some breads take an hour, but you know, you're not doing anything, you're just watching it in the oven. The other thing is there's a lot of recipes that we can do that are freezer, like we're gonna be doing fat bombs and some desserts, and I've made the seeded bark where you just melt the chocolate in the microwave and you add the seeds to it and you pop it in the freezer for 15 minutes and then you have seeded bark. So for those people who love chocolate, who need to get their minerals in, and their zinc and everything from the seeds or the nuts, that is a gift. I mean, it's great. Everybody who's ever tried it is good. The trick to making that is to add half of the chocolate, heat the half of the chocolate up, keep the other half as, you know, particles, as the kisses or you know, little hard chocolate. Add that into the melted chocolate and do that. What happens is then it won't melt at room temperature. Something happens if you end up melting the whole chocolate, and then it like decrystallizes so that even at room temperature it will melt. So that is the key when you make chocolate. Half of the recipe gets melted and half of the recipe gets melted in the melted chocolate, and then it'll be good. I'm just gonna check this for a minute. I think we have 10 more minutes. It looks like it's doing something. Let me see. Yep. I'm just pressing down the middle a little bit. Kinda looks like it's popping up, but that's okay. Yeah. So I just have 10 minutes now. I'm gonna turn it off and I'll turn it on when I get that out again, okay? So here we go. I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.